vibrafinance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at vibrafinance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibrafinance, we are the future of crypto.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Vibra Live. Tonight, we got a special guest joining us. He's been busy working on stuff, taking care of personal things in his own life outside of crypto, stuff that really matters. So he says he's been falling a little bit up behind on some of the mainstream stuff, some of the alpha out here. So love to fill him in on any questions he's got and just talk to my man, HexrayVision. What's up, brother?
Hey, kids. How's it going? This is I have so many questions for you, man. I mean, like I said, if you guys want to catch up on what's going on in crypto, just start a YouTube channel and start interviewing and asking people like Adam what's going on. Because he's in the nooks and the crannies. He's in the nitty gritty. He's like the guy up all night in the streets talking to people and getting the lowdown on this stuff. He's insatiable.
Well, yeah, I love it. I got a passion for it. And I think a lot of people tell me they're like, your energy for it and just that passion and excitement is contagious. And like, I don't even care what it is. Like you like it that much, I'm in. And it's nice to hear that. And I think as we go along and we're no longer used to fund terrorists and all this stuff, I think it'll be a much easier sales pitch.
I always like nerds in your mom's basement. That was like, yeah, cool. I'll be a nerd in my mom's basement. Yeah, we got Godfather J6 in the chat. David Lee, Long Live Hex.
Yes, sir.
Holy cow.
Yeah, they'll start. They usually come in after 10-15 minutes because I usually go like 10:30, 11 o'clock. I gotta start being more consistent with it. And lock it down one time, but it's a work in progress.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about where we're at is like we're not on CSNBC, we're not corporate, no one owns us. We don't work for anybody. This is you putting in your own sweat and time and really choosing what to do with your life. That's the beauty that the crypto, if you can get past the learning curve of crypto and the barriers to entry, there's so much freedom on the other side. Especially with, when the bull runs, baby, it's euphoric.
Yeah. And like what makes it really truly special in the bull run is when you own the coins that are performing the best. Last cycle being able to be in HEX early and Cardano and Matic and seeing Matic do a 300x. It was like, oh my God. Was this an accident? Did we just stumble into these coins? What the hell? And as the bull run ended, the bear market came, and I was here every single day, paying attention to what was going on in Europe, across the world, in Asia, and Singapore and London. You start to kind of see the big picture of what's going on and kind of the circus that the media and the SEC are playing here. And it's almost like kind of a stall tactic or a distraction for what's coming in the future. Because this stuff, it changes so fast. 2 weeks ago, Bitcoin was going to go down to 20K and pray. And then all of a sudden, October 16th comes and boom, HEX doubles up in a week and the bull market is officially here. Just like that.
Yeah, it catches you off guard because it kind of lulls you to sleep, right? So Yeah, you're used to like just seeing the price go sideways and sideways and down, then sideways and down, sideways and down. And you keep saying to yourself, you're like, it can't go this whole year. All I've said is it can't go any lower. And then it does. And then the next week you're saying the same, it cannot go any lower. Boom. It just breaks through the next floor. And you're like, well, shoot, how far down can this go?
Right. And it's the market can stay irrational longer than most people can stay solvent. And
Yeah.
to always expect the unexpected. And the thing that I have like clients of mine do, or friends that I help, I always have them keep a certain portion of their bag in stable coins, at least 10%. So when the crazy things happen, you have that money right there and you can take action. Because so many times, people are looking at a coin or they're waiting for a dip and it dips and then they realize, oh shit, I don't have gas money or whatever. They have to use an exchange and then it takes a couple days to get it off of there, and then they get stuck and then they miss out. So not having that money right there ready to go to take advantage of opportunities, it's a big mistake. And I've gotten a lot of feedback saying that really has helped me out. It's changed the way I act on stuff. It's made me less irrational, and they just can't describe it, but it just is a great thing to do.
Yeah, it's like positioning troops in a war, right? Like when you need that money there, it's got to be there. You don't want to have to start messing with Coinbase or whoever and moving it and waiting, because by then the move's gone or the entry's gone.
Yep.
Unless, of course, you're DCAing, but that's a whole nother style of positioning your money and positioning your troops, right?
100%. And it's hard too, because I think you almost want to start DCAing on the confirmed uptrend, but at the same time, you could be left behind. And do you really care about another 20 or 30% over a long period of time? I think certain people, you definitely want to just buy the coins, DCA in, and just forget about them if they're long-term blue chip plays. And if they're quick, turn around and sells, that's great. But it's a fine line. And just having a plan that works for you and sticking to it, no matter how crazy things get, it really helps you stay level-headed and not FOMO into stuff and be chasing and spinning your tires.
Oh, definitely. I definitely agree with that. And you've also got to know what you're happy with as a profit, right? You got to know when to take your money off the table and play with house money. And you got to, because you're never going to sell, you're never going to buy the bottom, you're never going to sell the top. There's one dude that does that.
Yeah.
And he didn't even know he was doing it till later.
Yeah.
Right. So like I tell people, you got to choose what price you're taking your profit at on the way up. I'm going to sell 10% of my bag when it hits this. I'm going to sell 10 more percent when it hits this. Right. So you're always selling something. You're never selling all of it. Because I guarantee, guys, there's always a second chance. There's always, at least for the foreseeable future, I believe that there's always going to be a cycle. Whether it's this one coming up 24, 25, the next one 28, 29. This stuff is so volatile that you're going to get a second chance. There's going to be some black swan stuff. There's going to be some crazy news. And like I said, I mean, people never thought we'd see 1 penny hex or below a penny hex again, ever. I didn't. I totally didn't believe it when we were at 50 cents. But now it's just sitting there on the floor for anyone who saw the last cycle to be like, this might be a good entry on these coins. And Pulse has never hit a cycle, right? So Pulse is a brand new baby.
Yeah. Coins that haven't even had a cycle yet. Brand new coins like Texan, like Pulsechain, like PulseX, like a lot of these degen plays that we've been talking about on this channel the last couple of weeks, the like RFX and TGC and Mega and some of these coins, PDI, Atropa. there's so much going on here that, even Titan X, I'm really excited about that launch coming out this weekend. And even with like Zen and the Zen FTs, I've been showing on stream how profitable it is on Optimism. It's like an anomaly. And I was giving props to Trayvon because he was talking about it on his streams and giving his strategies away, because he was like, it's a bear market. If you're here, you deserve it. And today he just switched his YouTube channel to paid only if you want any of the info. And it's like, I don't get it. I would never do that. I feel like the people that watched, he said, like, I'm just sick of being criticized. I tell you something and I get made fun of, or people tell me they got wrecked, or I'm so stupid. And it's like, I don't have that on this channel at all. I don't have any trolls. I'm like an open book. I'm as honest as possible, and I'm not shilling anything. And if people are getting wrecked watching my channel, it's like, what the hell are you doing? I've been doing this for almost 2 years now, and no one's done that. It hasn't happened to anybody. So it sucks. And I want to be that open book for what works. What mistakes did I make? And just let people ask questions, because one thing when we came in 2020 to Hex and really DeFi, there were streams, but live streaming really wasn't a thing. It was pretty much like a 15-minute pre-recorded video from your favorite influencer in that community. There was no streams like this where you could ask questions or get on somewhere and be like, hey, I'm stuck with MetaMask. I have a transaction frozen. What do I do? Or just little questions. And you had to go into like a Discord server if you knew one. And now it's just, there's so much information and access to people to help you. And I'm just really excited that that where we are right now.
Yeah, totally. I mean, now it's not a question of how do you do something. It's a question of how do you do something quickly or easily? How do you do something in the fewest amount of steps possible? Because things aren't streamlined, things aren't user-friendly, but like you said, there's so many people out there that are sharing the knowledge of how to reset and get a nonce, unstuck, right?
Yeah, bro. And I remember like having a transaction frozen on MetaMask because I misclicked Gwei, and for like 4 days my shit was frozen until I finally was able to figure it out. And now that would take literally 10 minutes to be able to just ask someone, go on a stream, and that's a good thing. I think it'll help people from getting wrecked, making mistakes. And that's always going to happen to just people that aren't paying attention. It is what it is. I don't pay attention to it. I don't harp on it. And I just try to stay positive. And the research I do, I want to share the information with everybody so they can make decisions for themselves. Whether all these blue chip coins I talk about are going to be shit coins in the future, or whether they're going to be the next Amazon and Microsoft's and Dell's, only time will tell.
Yeah. And we've got people asking about 9-inch. Davis is asking about 9-inch in
what up, Davis?
In the chat.
Fishing, honestly,
fishing with Camo Joe. Do you know him? I'm not used
Camo
to...
Joe. Yeah, he's a regular in here. He's the man. Yeah, we definitely are gonna be he's gonna start a fishing show or something after this bull or in the next bull bear market.
I love it.
Yeah, he's a good dude. Blue collar grunt. What's up, brother?
What's up?
So yeah, 9-inch, bro. Yeah, I saw it finally launched. Honestly, I didn't sacrifice for it. I haven't paid much attention, and I really, it's good. We need it. And what do you think, Max? Are you excited for it?
I don't know much about 9-inch. I haven't followed that either, but I'll tell you, if it allows me to do limit trading and a bunch of other stuff, then I'm down, because I was using CowSwap on Ethereum, and CowSwap was really cool to like set some orders on, do things like that. So, I mean, if anything that comes along and helps me trade or set trades better is my friend. So we're definitely gonna have to jump into there. Rock hard tax. Yeah. My buddy Justin Knapp is down in in the comments right now. He says, "How's the novel coming?" I'll tell you what. I finished the novel. I rewrote the novel twice, and then we found out that the novel is not the best way to market a project because very few people read books these days. I don't know if you knew that, but it's kind of like an old dying art, you know? And so we talked to a consultant, and the consultant had a great idea, which was, hey, take out the part of the book that parallels the tokenomics of your coin and explains your coin, and do that separately. So we've still got this really cool novel that I'm proud of and that I'm excited to share with people. But we're going to be stripping basically the storyline and the white paper out of that and making like 30-second, 10-second clips to explain how things work in that ecosystem.
Nice.
Yeah.
There we go. So yeah, well, I'm with you on 9inch. Like, it's needed, you know, the services it provides. You know,
it says limit right there, exchange and limit. Click limit and see what it pulls up. Boom.
I acknowledge that limit orders are currently in beta. I understand that using tax tokens on limit orders is highly discouraged. All right. So yeah, I guess there is a faucet here. You can get free ETH to try out 9inch on testnet.
What?
I guess, yeah.
So when 9inch launched on Pulsechain or Ethereum or both?
This is on Pulsechain here, but I guess it's on testnet. Ethereum. Yep, testnet on both, I guess. I'm not sure, but honestly, I haven't really paid attention. I've been more degening hard and paying attention to this the TGC. I found this coin like a week and a half ago, and I was just looking at like small liquidity coins, and I was like, oh, the golf course coin, because I play golf and everything, and it's actually the Gray's currency. But so I bought I bought a bunch of it, and like
that's a creepy looking gray alien, man.
Yeah, dude. And the thing that's crazy is this alien, like when I started Vibra, it was originally the crypto consulting firm, TCCF. So I have this same exact logo that I got from Fiverr, but mine has like my logo and it says TCCF here, the crypto consulting firm. I'm gonna find it and post it and show these guys because they're good guys on the team. And they're partnering actually with Mega, which is another meme coin. Make Ethereum great again on Pulsechain, and they got a big follow, like not big, but you know, decent followings. Moonbee Roots is shilling them. You know, a lot of the bigger like influencers in each of the communities are shilling them. So I think they actually have a shot to do really well, and the charts have been reflecting that. You know, PTGC is up in the last 24 hours 32%, but it pumped hard. It, you know, earlier today, I mean, it went up like 60% in 6 hours, and obviously retraced a little, but it only came out 2 weeks ago. Okay. And then RFX is the one that rags. He had Pulse Lorian on earlier today on stream, and you know, it pumped up almost 30%.
Yeah, David Lee in the chat is saying both. So I think he's saying that 9inch is launched on both Ethereum and Pulsechain.
Oh, so is it live yet, or are they still in testnet? Because it says here. Well, let's see if you can trade.
I read today somewhere that Mintra went live.
Mintra's been live, yeah.
Jeez.
And dude, it's a disaster. Oh god, what the hell? This is so annoying when it does this. If I don't connect the Bluetooth mouse, I can't scroll back over to the other stream. It's so freaking annoying. Yeah, bro, look at the chart of Mintra, bro. It's a disaster. And the liquid for taking in $10 million of a sacrifice, they have 57K in liquidity.
Yeah, well, maybe they're just like, if people are going to dump, then why give them, you know, let them hang themselves, right?
Well, it went from 15 cents all the way to 0.002.
Do you know what the sacrifice rate was for that one?
I have no idea, bro. I didn't sacrifice. David Lee. Like, see, like this, the hilarious thing is this is my stream here, and I can't even copy.
You can't click. Yeah, you can't click
Yeah.
it and use it. I love that people put links in my comments all the time, and I'm like, someone want to
I can ban him and put him in timeout, but I can't freaking copy his link. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So Chef I. All right, let's look him up. Chef I. Oh no. There we go, Chef.
There's Chefy. Chef I or Chefy or Chef Lee. There we go, 9-inch supported. So
no, I don't know. Oh, there we go. 9-inch Dex is live on Pulsechain 1 hour ago.
Boom. Rock hard Dex.
There we go. Yeah, I don't have. Oh yeah, I don't have anything on this. This wallet is empty on Ethereum. So let me see. Switch to Pulse. Oh shit, Avalanche. Nothing. Balling with the triple zeros.
You can never have enough decimal places after the spaces after the decimal.
Yeah.
Now talk to me about PTGC. What's up with that one?
It's really cool, bro. So
that's a great currency right there.
Yeah, the great. So it's a 6% tax when you buy it.
Mm-hmm.
So 0.5% burn, half goes to LP, 2% goes to the DAO, 1% holder and staker reflection, 1% staker reflection. So there's a DAO you can stake your coins. So they have proposals and you can vote on them. So once you stake your coins here, in here you get voting. You get voting rights, I guess. I haven't done it yet. I just looked at it today, honestly. And so I could lock them up, earn more yield. So I've already made 33.2 million coins just from holding. So that would be double if I staked it.
Yeah, because you get the 1% and the other 1%.
Yeah. So that, that's I don't know, 30 million is $50 maybe. So it's not bad. And it's just today, I've been talking about it on Twitter for a while with Chaos Chris and Pulse Former loves it, and Pulse TGC. This is there's not only a couple hundred followers, but it got shilled today. They had a spaces with the mega guys, and Moonbee Roots was in there, and they talked about it on stream today because a couple big super chats came in. So Ian and Moonbee Roots, talked about, and as soon as he talks about a coin, people FOMO in. So it's now just getting shilled. We all got in early, and who knows? It's kind of similar to RFX, and the fact that they pay you back. That one pays you back Pulsechain. This one pays you back TGC. So it's the DAO. It's the thing that I like, though. It's the first DAO on Pulsechain where you're going to be able to vote on what they're actually doing, and you can actually submit proposals if you stake enough coins. So I could come in here, stake my coins, and then put a proposal being send 1% to HexrayVision, and I'll probably get denied, but.
I would second that proposal.
Yeah. So so honestly, they're degen plays right now. I've been really talking about minting ZenFTs on here, like the ones on Optimism. They cost 40 cents to mint. They're 0.0003 ETH, and they pay out over 0.01.
Whoa.
It's insane, bro. So I've been, Davis in here he's been minting like crazy across a bunch of different chains, but Optimism, it's nuts. So if you have a chance, you can go to Atomic Wallet and you could swap anything right for ETH Optimism, and then you don't have to bridge it over to Optimism. You can just send it right to MetaMask from Atomic Wallet and then just mint the NFTs. And like $20, you can mint like 50 of them. And if they pay out even half of that, so 0.005, that's like over a couple ETH for $20. It's nuts. So there's a bunch of hacks that to the upside that I've been trying to find and share on here with these guys, so we can all crush it.
Awesome. Now, in the title, you got the ISO.
Yep.
2022.
Yep.
What's up with the ISO 2022?
So that is going. I actually forgot to pull. I forgot it was even in there. But
is that 222?
Yeah, it's actually 20,022.
Okay.
But people call it 200 so it's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, bro, they are going live next month. So coins like XDC and XLM, XRP, everybody in the how do I say it? It's basically a standard for messaging inside financial transactions. So if you're a bank and you're doing a transaction or messaging or supply chain stuff, you have to comply to these standards. And there's standards for importing freaking light bulbs. There's like ISO 907022. So they're for everything. But the point is there's certain coins that are really focusing on this. And after 2 to 3 years, the migration period, no major changes are expected until 2024. What can be expected is that some parties will require adjustments to the usage guidelines, yada, yada, yada. But basically, the end of this year, this goes live, and coins like XDC, which is Zinfin Network. I had my buddy Harley, he's launched 3 projects now on XDC, and he went to the Austin conference down there. So he's really plugged in with that blockchain, and he really likes it, and he does a lot of research on it, and some of the stuff that they're doing with huge government agencies and banks. It's a $1 trillion industry what they're trying to tackle and revolutionize. So I'm really bullish on like that coin long term, just having a little bag of, and like XRP and XLM and Quant and Algorand. I talked about a lot last night with the new partnerships the partnership they had with ArcAx and how they're tokenizing the top 100 stocks in London or somewhere in Europe, and how they're bringing bonds and all these things to Algorand because they can scale endlessly. And they've now released 80% of the supply. So the inflation until 2030, when the last Algorand is ever released, is only 2.8% a year. So it's way less than Hex's inflation. And people just, shit on Algorand because they really haven't done the research and see what they're doing and the partnerships they're building. They're flying under the radar. They got sued by Gary Gensler after he hyped him up and said, oh, Uber could run on this blockchain. It should be winning awards. My buddy Silvio is running it. So Algorand, I think, is a sleeper. And especially because I was selling it at $1.30, $1.40 last bull run, and now it's down to 10 cents.
That's what I was going to ask. Was it around during the last bull run?
Yep, I was selling it at. I sold at like $1.70, and then I unloaded pretty much all the rest of my bag like $1.30 ish. I mean, it ran up in September of 2021.
Hit a couple bucks.
Yeah, bro.
And then now, when did it launch?
2020. No, sorry, summer of 2019.
So right before the last bull run.
Yeah. Yep. And then it did really, it bottomed out at like 24 cents. No, bottomed out at 15 cents and then went up to $2. So
And now it's
what's
at
that,
10 cents.
15x from the bottom?
Mm-hmm.
And now it's at 10 cents with way less. So the inflation was crazy back here during this whole time. And now it's cut to 2.8%. They have all these partnerships around the world, and MIT is where it came out of. So if you know anything about MIT and the stuff they do, they're too big to fail. They're part of the government at this point. And that to me, it's the Clinton Foundation is big with Algorand. So it's all about who you know in this world. And even if Algorand isn't the best technology out there, it doesn't matter. They have the right connections to where they will be used by the people that matter. And there's little glimpses of it, with like stuff like this, with what's going on out there and how people are just calling shots and picking and choosing winners. SBF was meeting with all these people to try to bring down Binance while he was running his empire. And now they want to come and tackle Binance and Tether more, so people stop using them and they can funnel more people into Coinbase and the American exchanges. So if they have the ability to just drop these frivolous lawsuits, make lies up that Binance funded Hamas with crypto and blatantly lie about that shit, you don't think they're picking and choosing winners as well? It's like, come on. And stuff with like Apple and these companies that are the blue chips over in the stock market, they never were allowed to hit their capitulation phases. Every time they dipped, someone printed money or they got bailed out. So the coins, the charts never, ever, ever looked like Algorand's chart. If this was a stock and it hit right here, they would have printed money and it would have bounced up and made a higher high. And that's what stocks did for 15 straight years. But cryptos it's a true fair market. No one gets, Celsius didn't get bailed out. Voyager didn't get bailed out. FTX didn't get bailed. No one gets bailed out. So it's actually the like only fair market left, in my opinion. So you see these things drop to horrific lows. And the ones that this looks exactly like Cardano. When I bought it in 2019, I bought, $1,000 worth at 4 cents. And I had it on Kraken, which I could only access in Delaware. And so I went down there for a week, set up my account, bought it, and I would have sold it if I had access to that account because it did nothing for 6 months. And then it went on to go to like $3. So it turned into like 60 grand, my $1,000 investment. And I would have sold it because the chart looked just like that right there. And I would have got impatient. But now I know, the coins that I research and I'm bullish on to never sell them. Once you buy them and put them away for your long-term portfolio where you can give these coins, whether it's Algorand or whether it's Zin XDC or XLM or Chainlink or Hedera, the fact that I'm going to be able to give them to my grandkids, you're going to be like a baller at that point. When you could say I bought into these sub $1 or sub $1, people aren't going to believe you. So I'm just like, I've done research for 4 straight years now on all these blockchains and projects on this top 100, and a certain 10 consistently stick out, and just there's something about them. And when you see, other coins, not the top 10, but other altcoins that I really like that are just random projects, and starting in the middle of the bear market, they started to move up and actually out and perform really well. Like XDC, I think it pretty much doubled up in the last year. It's one of the best performing coins in the last year. Of the whole, 57%. It just went down a little bit this last month, but when it was at 8 cents up there, it was up over 150 or 60% in the last year. So, Chainlink, another one. There's certain coins that I don't know. I just feel like they're the partnerships they have, and with what they're trying to accomplish, the markets that they're going to revolutionize, everything is going digital to the blockchain, tokenizing stocks, mutual funds, bonds, all government debt, everything is coming here. And I was telling Max earlier, if we're fortunate enough to own the ones that survive regulation and can make it to 2027, 2028, and the next cycles after that, and you hold these coins, our wallets are going to be interoperable with Fidelity, Bank of America, Schwab, all these different platforms. So we're going to be able to provide liquidity and provide our crypto as collateral for loans. You know, a kid is 16 years old. He wants his first car loan. Well, he gets approved for the insurance stuff and he needs the money. So I give him the USDC or I give him the Algorand for whatever, 2.5% a year loan, whatever it is. That's where it's going with this stuff. So I want to own the blue chips, the winners that are going to be here for 20, 30, 40, 100 years, like Hedera's plan is. 100-year plan they have with the 39 of the biggest companies, corporations in the world on their governing council. Like they're thinking long term. And those are the ones I want to invest in outside of Richard Hart. Because I think the RH ecosystem will provide the most short-term gains that I can then funnel into the coins that I'm giving to my grandkids.
Now, what's INJ? That's Engine, right?
No, that's Injective. The
Injective?
Injective is basically if you want an app play for Cosmos, like basically an interoperability play over there, because I don't like the Atom token that much. So if I was to go with anything, I would probably get Injective over Cosmos, but I have Corium over on the XRP ledger that I got for free just for holding Sologenics, and they are interoperable and building out on Cosmos SDK. So I kind of have some exposure to it. But yeah, Injective Protocol is a really good project. You know, it's something that, you know, if you want access exposure to Cosmos, you know, interoperable layer 1, providing DeFi to the Cosmos ecosystem. So yeah, it's a good play, you know, but I'm just not as bullish on Cosmos and the Atom token as like Hedera and XLM and Algorand. I just think they're Filecoin too. I've been loading up, you know, on Gemini. You know, every week I'll buy 30, 40, 50, as much as I can afford. Even if it's, you know, 10 coins a week, I want to try to get to 1,000 Filecoin. I know, you know, Arthur Hayes is so bullish on them and the partnerships they have with Lockheed Martin. You know, when cloud storage is needed in a couple years, everyone's going to Filecoin. Like they're already the chosen ones. And you got this. These are the times to look at coins like that and say, okay, it has a clear use case that will be needed. You know, bandwidth is already a problem right now. So storage will be a bigger problem as we enter Web3 and the metaverse and all that stuff. So they're not going to want to host stuff internally. They're going to need Filecoin, and you either need to buy the coin or rent access over there. So getting in now, the thing went to $160 last cycle, and it's sitting down at 367. So if it goes back to its all-time high, almost a 50x, it's like it's a no-brainer to me, bro. There's certain plays that I will, you know, gladly hodl now and DCA in and hold through the next bear market, and because I know where they're going in the long term.
Give a shout out to Bobby Hexelrod in the chat. What's up, Bobby? It's good to see you, man.
Bobby.
And then David Lee dropped a discount code or a discount link for Texicon. That's going to be going on November 9th through the 11th in Waco.
Oh, they're crushing it down there, bro. Shout out to those guys down there, the Texan community. I was on the Texans tailgate about a month or so ago. It was a blast, and I love tuning into the streams every Sunday night and just the whole Texas nationalist movement they got going on. It's awesome, bro, and I hope the best for all those guys. They work so hard and they're such good people.
Agreed.
Yeah, bro. So like Hedera too is like, I would say the DLT I'm most bullish on, just because they, like I said, they have a 100-year plan. They can scale endlessly, and they're just proven winners. And they're already now, like, they recently just I was talking about that partnership with oh my God, Algorand was partnering with them too, and now Hedera is as well. That's crazy. Recently partnered with them as well to tokenize Aberdeen's multi-billion-dollar money market fund on the Hedera network. So when billions and billions of dollars are on these blockchains, when when in the supply chain, when you look at those huge ships that sail across with all the containers on them, when a third of those items are on Hedera's DLT for supply chain tracking, when you go to the store and you buy like I don't know, Band-Aids or something, you'll be able to scan the item and see where the ingredients came from, where it was made, when it was made, where it was shipped from. Like, that's all coming, and it's all on Hedera. And I try to see where long term and think long term where the stuff's all going, and watching interviews with these people that are just brilliant and so forward thinking. Like, it's yeah, bro. I'm so lucky I have the time to be able to do it and share what I've learned, because if I was right last bull market on so many winners, finding Hex, Matic, Cardano, VeChain, I don't think it might have been an accident. It might have been luck, but I know now it's not luck. I've never been more confident, and it's been so much validation in the last couple months, seeing projects I've had my eye on really start to make moves.
Yeah, if you today, Honeybees from Llama, he used to be Llama Market, now he's Llama Dreamtime on X. I might have to put a space in there. Nope, there he is. So if you scroll down, he's released this creepy, awesome video. Keep going down. Right there. Wait, maybe that's it. Yeah, right there. Graphic novel, Chapter 0, Prelude, 1861. And it's like a 4 or 5 minute video. And he's like, it doesn't have anything to do with crypto and stuff, but he's got like some little hints and little questions in there to really pique your interest. So I was watching that video earlier, and Llama's been teasing about that. He says in the comments there that the code is just sitting there. Yeah, that was it right there, Picasso's birthday. If you read the comments, he says something like the code is just sitting there waiting for the community and the interest. And he goes, once the interest shows up, there he goes. Yep, code just sits there. I could toss it on testnet. I need to know Honeybees has support. Until it does, we wait. It's never been about the money for me. So he's been a really interesting cat throughout in this community, in the crypto community, for a long time. And he's made some interesting predictions and stuff.
Wow.
So,
bro, I'm
gonna be watching that guy, because he's got the story base, which was like the idea of our project was, what if an NFT actually had a story and a community behind the JPEG, right?
Yeah.
Instead of just a bunch of insider trading and washing money.
Yeah.
What if like people actually followed it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Like this too, like real tokenization of assets. If you like Larry Fink and JP Morgan, Citibank, they all talk about it. They've been talking about it for the last year. I've been bringing it up, new reports on stream, but like they now have this dashboard here where you can look and see all the and right now there's $4.4 billion in loans, and they have, you can see where they are. They're on Solana, Ethereum, Polygon. I don't know what TrueFi, Goldfinch, Centrifuge. I don't know what those are, but you can just see, where it's going. And then they have real estate coming soon and stable coins coming soon. So it's just, you can see where it's all headed with, real world assets. And then this Realio is the one that I really like on Stellar's Lobster Wallet, and just the guys they're partnering with, and the blog, the news that they put out recently, with some of their partners. I mean, I'm just never been so bullish on some of these projects, and it's starting to really pump in the last couple months, but it's still cheap. It's like 20 cents a coin right now. And just like reading the blog and like the products they have, it's so obvious, that they're going to be one of the players that really is in that tokenized asset niche of the market. And it's growing every day. The dashboard, more and more money is coming on here. And when real estate, like how big is the real estate market? When that starts hitting here, and stable coins, and yeah, bro, it's is the stuff that really excites me, because there will be a point when utility is what drives the market and drives the price of these coins. Right now, they're so undervalued, and the price of them is irrelevant in US dollars, but that there will come a time when they're valued on that utility. So those utility coins are the ones that I'm after outside of the RH ecosystem. And Pulsechain, the degen, and that's what excites me too about Pulsechain so much, is we're becoming like the new Binance. We're the new degen casino, without the nasty rug pulls and scams and sniper bots, and we're like the only place that is free of all that. And it's not going to be long, guys. I'm telling you, the sniper bots are going to come, and people are not going to know what the hell happened, because hexagons are not in all these other chains. They're not in the degen plays. They have never seen a coin get launched and bought up by these bots and literally destroy everyone that tries to buy in. So there's going to come a point on Pulsechain where they do come. So if you don't have your bags packed of your PRC-20s, the ones that you love, the ones we've been talking about on this channel, the blue chips, like the chain links, the Aves, whatever ones, there's going to be a point when these bots come over and they buy up all the supply of all these coins, and they just go straight up. So if you don't own them or are in now, and that's where a lot of these hex maxis are fucking up, because they have no clue what Atropa and PDI and A1A and these other coins that are buying and burning the LP. It's all about creating these liquidity pools and volume for the R bots to come through. And, they don't understand that. They don't see what's going on. And it's all about the volume and the liquidity. And as soon as these sniper bots come over, the prices of these PRC-20s are going to go nuts. And you want to have your bags before that happens. If you go buying into the FOMO of those bots, you're going to get chopped up and destroyed. So they're missing out on a lot of potential X's on these altcoins in here.
I'm trying to read some of the pump metals, but my head's in front of some of those pump metals. So you have the staking mechanism, the supply lockup, and it says that it's actually going to keep the buy and burn has maximum effect on pushing the price up and burning supply off market forever.
I had to read this 5 times. It's got the best of Hex. It's got the best of DBZen, the best of Zen. It's got fair launch, and it's got it pays you dividends on all kinds of different ways. So you can stake too for like 2,800 days, and there's rolling payouts every 88 days, 800 days. And then you can mint for 0.2 ETH. You can do 100 mines basically for 0.2 ETH. So that's 100 power. And then there's a bonus, like when you do it early, the bonus starts at 10% and works its way down to 0. And then the bonus multiplier on new ones. And then as time goes on, it costs more money to mint less. So like everything about this has pumpamentals, bro. It's nuts. I'm still trying to figure out like the best play. And I think it's a max mint for 0.2 and then a laddered mint for 0.2 and then maybe buy a little bit liquid and do a full stake. And then after that, I'm not even sure. You know, I was on stream with Jake and Chris yesterday. It was a really good stream. And like, you could tell like what he did, if I was to create a project, I would do something similar to that, is look around and see what was the best project, what was the best part about it, and take a little part of 10 different projects, 5 different projects, and create one. And that's what kind of he did. And bro, I really like everything about it. You know, so the ETH distribution. So you pay that 0.2, so 62%. Like that's where Zen there. I think $60 million was used to mine Zen so far, and none of it was given back to the community at all. It all went to miners. You know, imagine if 10% went back. You know, that's $6 million.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
out of his, it's done a lot differently.
Yeah. Anytime anyone deals with Ethereum, my first question is, how much of your profit's going to be eaten up by the fees?
This is really only 3% goes to the Genesis wallet. 7% goes to the burn pool to pay out Titan X burners. 28% goes to the payout cycles used to pay out stakers. 62% gets sent to the buy and burn. So where Zen, when you paid to mint, you paid that gas, you know, 0 of it went anywhere but to the miners. 100% went to the miners, unless Jack had something. I don't even think. No, I'm not going to say something stupid. But for every day that ticks over, the variables get updated. So it goes up 0.08% every day. And then the amount mineable per day goes down a little bit. So it costs a little bit more to mine a little bit less every day. So that ratio keeps getting keeps getting crazy. So it mimics the Bitcoin 4-year halving, but does it every year instead of 4. Like, dude, I'm telling you, I had to read this thing 5 times to even understand it. And like, it starts 0.2 ETH for a max miner, and then over time, it goes up to 1 full ETH to do a max miner. And then the amount per day, it drops down to pretty much 0 over 800. Yeah, per day at the end. Okay, 800. I think it's 2,800 days. Yeah, 2,800 days is the max. So, bro, it's nuts, bro. If you like sit back and read through it, like it really is. I'm excited about it, and yeah,
It's got a lot going on there. Like that's quite a complex mechanism they got going on.
yeah, bro. And then like the staking too is even crazier. So ETH payouts go to Titan X staker. So if you don't want to do the mine day one, you don't want to do a laddered mine, you can just buy it off the market and stake it for up to 3,500 days. And then the rolling payouts every 28 day, every 8-day cycle, 8, 16, 24 days forever. And then every 28 days forever, every 90 days forever, every 369 days forever. So it's never ending. And the ETH that gets distributed, 28% gets added to the 8-day rolling payout, 28% to the 28, boom, boom, boom. And never stop. These cycles will pay out forever as long as people participate. And then there's a longer pays more bonus, kind of like with Hex when you stake for longer. And then you can also do the you can burn it. And there's bonuses for burning and all kinds of stuff. And then also too, he's building this hyper on top of it, which is a project. I think it's like what the hell did he say it was? I think kind of like, I don't know if it was a Dex or like more of like an Atropa that kind of just went around and made new makes liquidity pools for all the different coins. So it has that Atropa effect where the bots just kind of go through and nibble at the arbitrage, and that just constantly triggers the buy and burn. So yeah, dude, I'm really excited. Like I'm gonna probably throw like a half ETH into it because I pretty much calculated like you'll get all your investment back within 280 days, and then you're just free rolling after that. And you know, just like talking to Jake, like I had him, you know, I talked to him on stream. He sent me the white paper early, and watched other streams he had, and like he's passionate about it. And the only thing that he gets out of it potentially is the 3% that goes to the wallet with no expectations. So at most there's 3. And I know he's gonna, I don't know, but I have a good feeling he's gonna use it for the good of the project because he's not incentivized by money. Like he's already doing well for himself. So and the Telegram group is growing. It's over 1,000 people in there. So yeah, bro, I really like it. I'm gonna take a punt.
No, I wanted to go back to something that David Lee wrote here in the comments. Not that it has anything to do with Titan X, but he says April 1861, the Republic died. Do you know what he's referring? What are you referring to, David?
We are still a republic. Anyone that says we're a democracy is a fool. One republic for which it stands, one nation under God. Yeah, that's the problem. Yeah, that was 15 minutes ago. God knows what we were rambling about then. Titan X is bollocks. Titan, yeah, I don't know if that's good or bad.
Bollocks is usually not good.
Oh, Titan X is shit. Yeah, well, we'll see about that. No, I would bet my bollocks that.
Why I say someone takes the idea of Titan X and drop it on Pulsechain.
He said he will do it. The second Pulsechain does 100 million in volume for 2 weeks. He'll launch on Pulsechain.
That makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And then Chris was like, dude, what about bridging it over and bridging it onto Pulsechain and creating the LP pairs? And he was like, it's an interesting idea. I never thought about that. And Chris was like, yeah, because I thought of I thought it could be really profitable and help the coin out. And he was like, yeah, I actually never thought about that. And now he was interested. So he's going to come to Pulsechain inevitably. My gut tells me he's going to wait until it picks up a little bit.
Oh, beginning of the war between the states. Okay. Well, I felt really foolish for not knowing that was the beginning of the war between the states. But
that was this. Oh, that's the Civil War.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, a lot of people don't like the term Civil War, but I don't know.
That's funny.
That's a whole rabbit hole to go down. Is the Civil War? You know.
Yeah, bro. I have pretty much come to the conclusion there's a massive agenda behind the scenes going on. Kind of like right now with the paragliders.
The paragliders? I haven't heard about the paragliders. You have to fill me in on that one.
Well, I don't want to get banned off YouTube, but they made it over the Iron Dome, the most sophisticated defense system in the world that can literally, if a hummingbird flies over the border, it'll get killed. If a Scud missile's coming, it'll just stop it immediately with their defense system. But paragliders made it over and landed in a rave that was rescheduled and relocated 2 days before and pulled out guns and started taking people hostage. They started murdering babies and raping and cutting heads off of babies. There's pregnant women everywhere, and then they escaped. And that's what's causing the war right now. That's the official. That's the legit official story, bro. It's so stupid.
I'm picturing hang gliders being used in this.
Have you ever seen the Pierce Brosnan, James Bond? The World Is Not Enough. There's a scene where he's on skis and he's skiing down a mountain with a chick, and these guys are literally on the same exact things shooting him.
So it's almost like they're giving a little wink and a nod to
Bro, this is it right here, bro. This is exactly what they look like, bro. Look, this was James Bond in 1999 in the World Is Not Enough movie, where he was, getting chased down by these guys on these little hang things.
The powered parachutes.
And look, Hamas invent the first. Oh, this might be a joke, but bro, that's what they used to watch. So watch paragliders, Hamas. Watch this. Look at these were the guys that were seen paragliding across Israel before the deadly attack. Right here, this was them, bro. Oh, here it is. Sorry, I played something. So yeah, bro, look at what they're riding, bro. It's literally the scene from James Bond 30 years ago. And these guys made it through the most controlled border with the most insane Iron Dome technology that will kill a hummingbird if it flies across. And these guys made it over.
So I'm guessing maybe they don't kill hummingbirds when they go across, right?
Dude, look, this is it, bro. This is paragliders fired on fleeing civilians, bro. So they just got over and just opened up fire, bro. Literally, exactly the freaking James Bond movie I watched when I was a kid. The paragliders coming after James Bond. Here's the scene right here. Let's watch this. Bro, I swear to God, it's identical. It's so... I don't want to make fun of it because there's people that actually are really falling for it, but it's why is it not popping up? But yeah, whatever. I'm not going to show it, but yeah, it's literally the same exact thing, and we're supposed to believe this. These guys made it across the most insane border, and then so in return, they just literally have dropped thousands of bombs on Palestine in retaliation for these little James Bondmen. It's really bad, bro. So that now I guess we're going to war with Iran or something now. I don't even know. Or I don't even care. I try not to pay attention to it. I think it's so stupid.
We were talking about this on Text and Tailgate, how I don't follow the news at all. Just at all. I just don't watch the news or pay attention to anything that claims to be news.
Yep.
And I'll go months and I don't really miss anything because by the time some distraction that's supposed to scare you is over, there's another one, right? So I just have missed 6 or 7 crises, and I don't get on Facebook very much, so I don't see people changing their, profile to supporting whatever's going on. And so it's kind of nice. It's kind of like living on the moon a little bit.
Well, I don't use Facebook at all. I'm so glad. Damn, do you get any of these wrap Bitcoins over here? They're pumping hard today, up to $123.
No, I haven't touched the wrap Bitcoins. But it's funny because They were trying to save Bitcoin by putting it on Ethereum. In fact, there's more Bitcoins on Ethereum than on Bitcoin, right? That are
and there's only 154,000 that are on Pulsechain, and like half of them are like on I don't know where they are, but they're like inaccessible. So the supply is super low. Like I only have like 1.5 right now. I wish I had 5, but I sold them. So I got them down at like $40 down over here or something, like earlier. And then I sold a couple at like 120 over here. And I should have held them. I regret it now. But I think this could be used as like a massive marketing campaign. If the Bitcoin on our chain got to parity of real Bitcoin, could you imagine? Like that's worth OA money, pumping that shit to parity for the marketing, the bragging.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like that's, you know, Bitcoin is going to have to go to another network to like survive, just because of how old and clumsy and, you know, archaic they've kept it. You know, just the fees and stuff on Bitcoin are crazy.
If you're going to go to ETH, we're cheap. It's cheaper over here and rarer and more scarce.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Start bridging over. So yeah, I don't know. That's just one that's one that I'm gonna probably keep. I just think if Richard put up the liquidity pool with it, like Aave, Uniswap, Link, WBTC, I think Pepe, like those are ones that I think are. I don't know. I hold them just little bags of just in case, because when these sniper bots come over, if it's what I think it could be, like, dude, we haven't seen anything yet. So just having exposure to these PRC-20s, even though they haven't done shit, like, you know, Alluvium or Quant or Rocket Pools or Synthetics or Frax or Linqto. There's so many of them, guys. And these, we're so early, and a lot of people don't understand what's going to happen, or even they don't understand what Atropa is doing. The whole point of it, the point of A1A, you know, it's to create as many liquidity pools as possible and have the R bots just constantly going around and nibbling off the tops and creating transactions, which take the LP and they burn it. So they renounce the contract, and then it's just like this engine that just chugs and chugs and chugs and can't be stopped. So it's really fascinating what's going on over here.
So just like at the beginning of the internet, when people were trying to figure out what it was and what people are going to use it for, which I guess turns out to be mostly TikTok and Amazon right now. What do you think is one of the things that people are not seeing in the future of crypto that's going to happen in the next couple of cycles?
I think one is with where how mortgages and like physical bank locations are going to disappear, and like what liquid loans is doing, that's going to be the standard in 10 years maybe. But what I don't think people see coming is we're going to, like, when I go to my MetaMask wallet here and, you know, whatever, I have no pulse chain in here now because I just use my reflections for gas every day.
Mm-hmm.
But say I have, you know, 200 million pulse chain in here, and it's whatever 2030, and I want to take 50 million of them and use them for collateral for somebody that wants a loan, you know, an auto loan or a home equity, whatever loan it is. I'll be willing to give these third-party platforms, liquid loans, my collateral for them to use, or just, I don't know if we'll be able to just do it ourselves. I'm not sure, but us holding these assets here are going to pay us in that way. You know, we're getting like XRP with what the XRP ledger with what they're building with their new liquidity pools and their AMM that's coming out, that you put your money into these liquidity pools and there's no impermanent loss. And as the pools grow in liquidity, the yields actually grow. They don't decrease like everything we see now. So it's going to really incentivize hedge funds and big VC funds to put substantial amounts of money into these open source public liquidity pools that don't even exist right now, but those are coming in the future. And then just tokenizing everything from medical records to your health records to your insurance cards, car registrations, IDs, everything is going to be tokenized and put on the blockchain. And I think utility is going to really, really matter in 5 years from now. So like the coins that I really like, that I talk about on here all the time, that are going to survive the test of time once we get past legislation and once we've weeded out all the pet.coms and the shitty internet companies at the beginning. Like that's going to come. But if we now can weed out those ones and invest into them, buy them, and just hold them, the stuff we're going to be able to do with them in the future is going to be incredible.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy to see Bobby Axelrod's his prediction there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, yeah. Bobby's always, he says when he's on road trips and stuff, he goes into the bathrooms at rest stops and he just stumbles into glory holes often. So gotta watch out for Bobby. I'll just kidding. Bobby's the man.
Bobby's hilarious.
If we defeat the 2030 agenda, if we do get Adam's vision, if we lose, you don't want to know. Or we're not going to lose, bro. That shit is... It's like, though the people pushing that at the WEF, even though they have a lot of power and they have a lot of control, they're only one entity that's fighting for control. There's other entities that don't want any of that shit, that want something completely else. So there's not going to be that full system of control, in my opinion. Like, especially in the United States. I mean, maybe in other countries like China and, I don't know, Nigeria, Russia, maybe, but it's not going to fly here. We're not cucks like France and some of these pathetic European countries, Canada. Those are the countries where it could work because the populations are so gone and they're so lost from reality. I think there's still hope here that we have somewhat of a brain as a whole, and we'll be able to not allow full-blown socialism to take over.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how all this plays out. For sure.
Yeah. What do you think they're going to be able to pull that stuff off? That you'll own nothing and be happy?
I don't know. People's paradigms are so entrenched in. We were talking about this earlier. You show up to school, and the first thing they tell you is everything about you is wrong, right? You need to sit still. You need to memorize something you don't give a crap about. You got to do all this stuff that, especially for males. Like for females are. Like they have a much easier time in school than boys do in general. And we've got to change people's ideas about a lot of stuff that's really ingrained. And crypto is one of the places where you can take them by the hand, and over a cycle or two, which is 4 to 8 years, you can actually show them the abundance in finances.
Yep.
Right. And once you show them that their paradigm of money is, not correct, then they might be opening their mind to the idea that maybe someone in Washington probably shouldn't tell them what to do, or even at their state capital shouldn't really tell them what to do. So it's almost like this virtuous virus that we're playing with right here, which is the idea of abundance. And David Lee talked about abundance and scarcity on Texan Tailgate. And it's really crazy. Is you're trying to, you're just trying to help people open their mind to some possibilities that they may have not considered their entire life.
Mm-hmm.
And crypto is so much more than money and code and nerds. It's bleeding edge, which is awesome because we have first row seats to history being made right now.
Yeah,
right. It's
and
fascinating.
they have no chance. They have no way around printing. So the dollar is just going to keep losing value, and all of this is bullish for Bitcoin and bullish for crypto. You know, the worse it gets in the traditional system, the more they're going to need crypto and Bitcoin to bail them out of their mess. And once that happens, they'll never be able to go back.
Yeah, it's like going back to the world without the internet.
Yep. Yeah,
It's
never.
it's just not going to happen.
Yeah. No. And this stuff moves so fast. Like every 2 years, the technology completely does a 360-degree circle. So what's new and fresh now in 2 years from today will be completely stale, and it'll be a new wave of, just like Atropa came in and these new coins, these new safe moons that aren't rug pulls, and just so many new things being launched. It's never gonna end, and the real FOMO is gonna come. Who knows, in a year, 2 years, 4 years, but the retail mass adoption, it's on its way.
Agreed. Well, I'm gonna tap out. It's late for me. It's tomorrow for you.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's
dude.
like
Yeah.
you got to get up in 2 hours and make eggs and bacon.
Dude, I'm gonna be sleeping while Lindsay gets up and does all that. And that's why she is the best, because I get to do this late night and sleep for a little bit. But I got to carry my end of the bargain, but she is still awesome with that stuff. And,
Yeah.
dude, Matt, we checked these. So she just finished making these. They're Pulsechain and HEX lip balms.
That's sweet. That's cool
Yeah.
packaging too.
Yeah, and so she made them all. She sent a bunch down for CZ to give out at the
In Austin.
the Austin tour, and she's got them on this Etsy store, and she put the ingredients on there, like organic honey or everything that was on there, and they will not let her post it unless she posts like literally none of the ingredients, and they want it to be like cookie cutter, so it just you can't describe what it is. It's so crazy. So she made this awesome stuff, and like typical for us, we can't even freaking get it on Etsy to sell.
That's bananas. That's part of the whole, like David Lee says, the kingdom versus the world. The world's got its way of doing things, and some people call it the 3D world or the default. But yeah, there's the way of like men to do things, and then there's just the natural way that things are supposed to be done. And it sounds like you guys are following the natural stuff, which is that's the only way to go.
It is, bro. And Hexaco, I'm going to be trying to build it, and we're all going to be part of it, and it's going to be so exciting.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, bro. Thanks for coming on, brother.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. We'll definitely do it again as your token gets hopefully near ready for launch. We can hopefully do a stream and run through that, go through some details. I'm excited about it. I can't wait. It's going to be another hopefully 100x gem in the bull run that comes. So having another friend, another OG Hexagon, having a successful project that's building on Pulsechain, that's what we want to see. So those are the people we want to support too.
Right. Well, like I said, I can't say enough great things about you and Lindsay. You guys are awesome to hang out with in person, good friends of both me and Jamie. So I appreciate that as much or more than all the information and value that you bring in the crypto space. So I just want to say thank you very much.
Yeah, dude, you're welcome. And same for you guys. You guys are the best. And like hanging out, in real life, out in Vegas and at the meetups, like those are the times that I live for. And I love them. So they wouldn't be the same without you.
Yeah. All right. Well, have a great night, and good night to everyone in chat, and good morning to everyone in replay land tomorrow as they're going to commute and catch up on all your stuff there.
Yes, sir. All right, guys. Appreciate everyone for tuning in. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night for another late night stream. And Max will be on in the near future.